Hello there, greetings everybody, and good evening. Welcome here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph, and I am the host of this show. And tonight's show is on favorites. This is the list that I promised, my 25 favorite prog rock or progressive rock guitarists. I do apologize for the lateness of it. We've been very busy at work this week, more so than I thought we were going to be, and had so much to do, and we're just doing this late, but as they say, better late than never. So I've put together my 25 favorite prog rock guitar soloists or guitarists. So I had to change this list several times as I kept looking at people and saying, nah, this guy has to go here. That guy's too far up, or that guy's too far back. Or I forgot about this guy. And you know how these lists go. But anyways, we're going to do what we always do. I'm going to give you from my least favorite to my most favorite. And I'll talk a little bit about the artist. And then I'll give you them all from top to bottom at the end. And just remember, these are just my own opinions. These are the guys I like. This isn't, this guy's the best guitarist in the world and there's no arguing about it and that's just the way it is. There's none of that here. This is just my own personal opinion. Has nothing to do with what you do. You could flip these completely any way you want, or you could take them all off and put 25 other guys on here. It's completely fine with me. Anyways, we're going to get started. We'll start, like I said, from the least favorite to the most favorite. So the first one up, I had him off the list originally, but when you listen to this album, you just realize how good he is, and it's a pretty heavy album too. So this, of course, is Eloy, the band Eloy, and the guitar player, of course, is Frank Bornemann. So he's going to come in at my number 25 on the list. So I just got to... Next up, very similar style, space rock type band. And this guy also wasn't on the list originally, but I took a few people out and put him in as well. And we're talking about Dave Brock from Hawkwind. And I've tried to pick the albums, I think, that have kind of impressed me most enough to put these guys in the spots they're in. So that's my number 24, Dave Brock. Number 23 is a guy who's really, over the last year, kind of made an impression on me. Before that, I knew I liked him, but I just didn't have any of his albums, didn't follow him. And then I started collecting his albums. I've got like 4 now, and I'm suitably impressed. He's not just a guitar player. He can play like 1,000 instruments, maybe. So this is Mike Oldfield, and this is Tubular Bells. I quite like this guy's guitar playing. I like just about everything he does, really. So he's going to be my number 23 today. Number 22, I do not own anything from him. I have looked for a couple of albums that I want to get from him. I've even looked into some of the gong stuff that he played into to get. And of course, the number 22 guy is going to be Steve Hillage. I know him from his own stuff, but he also did some stuff with gong. I think he did some stuff with other people as well. Next up is a guy that I quite like. I prefer the other album, but it's over by the record player, and I didn't feel like going over and getting it, so we're just going to pull one of the other albums he's on, and this is Jade Warrior. This particular album is Lost the Last Autumn's Dreams, but I do like the debut one. He does a lot of really, actually kind of heavy stuff on there too, and it's really, really quite a really good album. So from Jade Warrior, we've got Tony Doohan. He's actually passed away, but deserves some credit here and some acknowledgement, so I'm giving him the number, what spot did I give him? Number 21? Yeah, number 21. So number 20 is going to be from a band called Griffin, and it's Graham Taylor. I really like the style of Graham, but I also like the whole style of the Griffin. Now, some people tend not to like them because they find their music a little bit too medieval and classical sounding, and to some rock people that's kind of boring. However, I like Graham's style, and I'm putting him here at number 20. So we're down to the top 19 now. Coming in at number 19 is from Osric Tentacles, Edwin. Really solid guitar player. This album is my most recent one, and I picked it because it's pretty heavy. It's also very loud, which I really quite like this band quite a bit. I just wish they would have done some vocals, but they didn't. But still really solid. Osric Tentacles, Edwin. He is going to be my number 19 pick. So my number 18 pick comes from this album, which I haven't talked about much lately, although I liked it quite a bit when it first came out, and I still do. I just haven't been listening to it much because it got so much to listen to. And this is Riverside. This is really good, this particular album, ID Identity. And of course, we're talking about, I think his name is Petri Grodzinski. Yeah, a good, solid guitar player. Got a bit of a Rush flavor to his music as well. This whole band has got that kind of flavor, but he's really clear, really concise, and good on this album as well. So that is my number 18 from Riverside, Petri Grodzinski. I hope I got his name right. Number 17 comes from a band who I do not have any albums from, and it's not from lack of trying. They're always too expensive, or they're out of the ones I want. It's always something or another. They don't have them at the record store, so I have to go online to get them, and I'm talking about Andy Glass from Solstice. This is a guy I think is underrated. Doesn't get a lot of attention. Most people don't even know his name, really. And this is a new neo-prog band, so they get some attention from the fans who like that style of music, but not a lot from other people. And of course, when you're talking about neo-prog, most people it's Marillion or IQ or Pendragon, one of those ones. So next up is the other neo-prog band, another neo-prog band who I really quite like. This guy actually I like a lot. It's Steve Rothery of Marillion. I like this album for the guitar work. Now, I like some of their other albums a little better, but I think this album has some pretty heavy guitar work on it. It's part of the reason why I chose it. So Steve Rothery of Marillion, he's going to come in here at number 16. So number 15, we're going to go to another neo-prog band. I think 3 in a row now. And this is IQ and Mike Holmes, who I actually really like a lot. Michael Holmes, if you prefer. This is the best album that I feel that they put together, and his guitar work's exceptional here. It's also exceptional on a couple other albums too. So if you don't really like the full-on kind of Genesis sound here, maybe you'll like one of the other albums, which has a little bit more of a different sounds. Really good. Roll of Bones is another good one. Road of Bones, sorry, not Roll of Bones. That's a Rush album. Road of Bones. So that's number 15, Mike Holmes from IQ. Number 14, we are going to, where did I write her here? Oh, there it is. Some people would put this quite a bit higher. And initially, maybe I would have put it higher, but I've grown to like some of these other guys a little more. But we're talking about Robert Fripp here. Excellent guitar player and the driving force behind King Crimson. I just think this guy is multi-gifted, talented, and his guitar playing is exceptional. I actually like some of the stuff he did with Peter Gabriel too, and some of his solo stuff as well. And he's done a few other things as well, but he's going to be my number 14 today. Robert Fripp from King Crimson. Now we're going to do the top 13 here. I'm just going to move the albums around so they're easy access, and I need a drink too because I'm getting dry mouth again. So next up we have Number 13. We're down to number 13 now. This guy, he's been in my top 25 for a while, but he's kind of just floating around. I like a couple of things that I have on his album, but I'd like to get some more, but I find it expensive to get his stuff. And yes, we're going to talk about Anthony Phillips from Genesis. Now, I know people are thinking, you see Genesis, they think it's Steve Hackett, but not this particular time. I like this album. I like Anthony's guitar style. I like the first album with him on it as well, but I like some of his own stuff too. And I can only see this guy moving up higher as I get to know his stuff quite a bit more. So that's Anthony Phillips of Genesis Trespass era. Next up, we have a band who I only have the one. Now I have two of their albums, actually three. One's more of a collection and live hits album, but it's difficult again to find stuff. And we're going to go with Land of the Pink and Gray, or Gray and Pink from Caravan. And this is Pi Hastings. This guy's really good. Now, I think he may be a little bit overshadowed by the keyboardist on this album and the vocalist, but he's still a strong guitar player with lots of really good stuff. And so he had to be on my list, so he's going to be number 12. Number 11 is a band that I've really got into over the last year. I'm working on their third album already. And I really like the two debut albums, especially the debut album. So this is Klaatu. And we're talking about D Long here. Plays almost all the guitar here. I think actually plays all the guitar here. He's a really good, solid guitar player. Not exceptionally gifted or anything like that, but knows how to put the stuff together that sounds good. And these two, this band, I just like them a lot. They're just really good. And a Canadian band too. So the Klaatu's D Long will be coming here at number 11. I believe that's what I put them down as. Just let me look here. Let me make sure I got it right. Yeah, D Long, Klaatu. So now we're getting into the top 10. A bit separates the top 10 from the bottoms, just based on a couple of things: ability, familiarity, and just being some of my favorite stuff to listen to. So the number 10 is going to go to Nectar's Roy Albrighton. Especially good. The last two I bought, the last album I bought not only had a Nectar album, but also had a Roy Albrighton solo album in it, which was really special. All of their stuff has an extra album in it, which is really quite good. And he's exceptionally good on this. Quite heavy, but very frontal, very noticeable. I think he's an excellent guitar player. I can't think of too many who in the prog community that are as heavy as him, but he's my choice for today, number 10, Roy Albrighton. So the next step up is a guy who, for this album alone, has really impressed me on this album. He tends to be a little bit more mellow, laid back, more acoustic sounding, more classical sounding, more soft sounding in his guitar playing, but there's some stuff on this album that's murderous heavy. Talking about Camel, and this, of course, is Andy Latimer, and some really heavy stuff here. Lady Fantasy, fantastic song. For that alone, he's got to be the top 10. So Andy Latimer of Camel. Next up is a guy that will surprise some people because they probably don't know who he is, but I've been listening to these 4 albums that I have by this band, and I think he is definitely one of the better guitar players out there in this genre. Vincent McClusker of Froop. Guy is heavy, good, fast, talented. Very surprising how good he is. I think he's the hidden gem in the prog community. This guy's fantastic. So he's going to be my number 8, I think we're at, right? Number 8, yep. Could have easily gone much higher, but still getting into him, still getting to know him. a lot of these other guys I know quite a bit better, and that's why they finish ahead of them. Next up, of course, one of my favorite songs is Time. The guitar player on that, David Gilmour. For that song alone, he's got to be in the top 10. Just absolute killer, but he's got a lot of stuff out there. Some of his solo stuff's quite good too, but I like the sounds that he puts together in Pink Floyd. Just that heartful, soulful, melodic guitar riffing and soloing. Just amazing. David Gilmour from Pink Floyd. And that's my number 7, I believe. Next is number 6. This guy has jumped up over the last few years as well. I think he's an excellent guitar player. I think he's destined to be one of my top 5 at some point. Not because he's better than these other guys, but just because I like the sound and the way he plays for this band. This is Gentle Giant, and this particular album, he's exceptionally good on this album. We're talking about Gary Green. Very underrated guitar player. Definitely a top 10, probably a top 5 eventually, but today is going to go number 6. So number 5, I decided not to go with a Genesis album because I already did one for Anthony Phillips, but now we're going to go to Steve Hackett. To be honest with you, I think Steve Hackett really came into his own on this album and his own solo stuff. He wasn't inhibited by other people blocking his work. I mean, he's an amazing guitar player. All those years in Genesis, if he could have opened up, we would be talking about him as being a top 1 or 2 guy. But for today he's number 5 on my list. Steve Hackett. So number 6, I don't have any albums from. I've listened to quite a bit of his stuff, especially over the last year. I haven't bought anything. He's not really a guy who I've followed because he tends to be more of a jazz fusion guy. But there's no way you cannot recognize the brilliance of his guitar playing. And we're talking about Alan Holdsworth, of course. I have tried to get a few albums with him on, but haven't been able to find them for a reasonable price. But still, great guitar player. Even without owning one of them, he's still in my top 4 albums here. So Alan Holdsworth will go as number 4 for me. I know there's people out there that would put him right at the top. And if I had some of his stuff, he might be up there as well. I'm not sure. Next up is one of my favorite guitar players, number 3 on the list. Not so much for his ability over some of these other guys, but because he's so heavy, much heavier than you would think. But he also has really good acoustic abilities as well. But he's a driving backbone of this band as far as the guitar sound goes. And we're talking about Martin Barre, fucking fantastic guitar player. Fantastic. And if you see him live, he's even better. Some guitar players are really good on the album. Some of them are better live. He's one of the ones that's better live. So that's my number 3. Number 2, this really won't come as a surprise. This guy could even be number 1. He's gotten so much better too. Like I watched him on the most recent tour they were on, and I thought he was as good as he's ever been. And I've always enjoyed his guitar sound. He has some great riffing, some great soloing, and some unusual sounding to his guitar as well. We're talking about Alex Lifeson of Rush. Chose this one because this is the one I couldn't find Hemispheres. Took this one out. Number 2, Alex Lifeson. Number 1, he's been my favorite guitar player for decades now. I know some people prefer some of his heavy tone stuff, which is actually on the album I'm going to show you. But I like his acoustic stuff. I think of him as an acoustic master and soft playing and less of that heavy tone part that you get. But I do like that too as well. And we're talking about Steve Howe. And this is Relayer, which has some of his absolutely best solo stuff on it. But the thing that really sold me on Steve Howe was I saw a video of him playing for, what's his name? I can't think of his name. Anyways, the guy is a legendary guitar player. some of the guitars that they've named after him are legendary. You'll know who it is when you think of it. But he did there's a video out there of Steve Howe playing for him, and it's some of his best playing. So Steve Howe, my number one, never was in doubt really, and I don't think people who watch this would be any doubt that I was going to put him as number one. Yes, there may be guitar players out there that are heavier, and maybe some of them are just overall more talented. I'm sure that there's people that believe that, and I'm not going to argue with them, but for this purposes, he's my favorite. So I'm just going to give you them all back to front now. I won't use the props now because it just take too long. So number one is Steve Howe. Number two is Alex Lifeson. Number three is Martin Barr. Number four, we're moving on to Alan Holdsworth. Number five is Steve Hackett. Number six is Gary Green of Gentle Giant. Number seven is David Gilmour of Pink Floyd. Number eight is Vincent McClusker of Froop. Number nine is Andy Latimer of Camel. Number 10, and where did I put it? Number 10. Oh, is Royal Brighton of Nectar. Sorry, I got lost there for a second. Number 11 is D. Long from the Klaatu. Number 12 is Pi Hastings of Caravan. Number 13, I'm all over the place here. I can't see it. Number 13 is Anthony Phillips of Genesis and of his own solo stuff as well. Number 14 is Robert Fripp from King Crimson. Number 15 is Mike Holmes from IQ. Number 16 is Steve Rothery of Marillion. Number 17 is Andy Glass of Solstice. Sorry, number 17. Number 18 from Riverside, I believe, is Petri Grodzinski. I thought I was going to pronounce that wrong again. Number 19, Edwin from Osric Tentacles. Number 20 is Graham Taylor from Griffin. Number 21 is Tony Dunig of Jade Warrior. Number 21, Steve Hillage. Number 22, Mike Oldfield. Number 23 was Mike Oldfield. Number 24 is Dave Brock from Hawkwind. And last but not least is Frank Borman of Eloy. So those are my picks for my 25 favorite prog rock or progressive rock guitar players. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, you can hit the like and subscribe. You want to put any comments about these guys, you can. Or maybe there's some people that you think should have been thrown in there and you can't imagine why I didn't put them in there. You can put them in there so that they're in there, right? That's important. So that's it for tonight. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. We will be back next week. I believe we are going to do my top 10 songs, my top 10 albums for what's new this year. Those are rock albums. And then the following week will be my top 10 albums up to this date for the halfway point for both of these, what's new and the new prog albums. I'll give you my top 10 picks so far going into this year. Anyways, I hope to see you all then. Take care. Have yourself a good evening and goodbye here from the Prog Monster.